What unseen force, what shared experience compels three brilliant minds celebrated for their intellect and unwavering dedication to the pursuit of knowledge? Dr. Aris Thorne, a luminary in his field, known for his groundbreaking theories and meticulous research. Dr. Lena Hansen, whose innovative methodologies revolutionized scientific understanding in her discipline, and Dr. Ben Carter, a respected anthropologist celebrated for his insightful observations of human behavior, to unanimously bury their life's work, to actively suppress the findings of a project that consumed them for years. What could possibly drive such a drastic decision? They were grounded in evidence, not prone to flights of fancy or fantastical speculation. These were individuals who trusted in empirical data and rigorous analysis. Yet after 6 long months, half a year dedicated to exploration and research in the unmapped Xylos Basin, a region shrouded in mystery and whispered legends, they returned with a silence more profound, more unsettling than any groundbreaking discovery could ever inspire. No photographs to document their journey, no recordings to capture the sounds of the basin, no artifacts brought back to enrich our understanding, and most disturbingly, no field notes, no meticulous records of their observations and experiences. Rumour has it Thorne himself, the expedition's leader, personally supervised their incineration, the flames reflecting in his vacant, haunted eyes, a chilling testament to the weight of what he had witnessed. The official explanation offered to the university and the world. Insufficient verifiable data for publication, a claim that strains credulity. This from a team renowned for their ability to wring profound insights from the barest traces, from the most fragmented evidence. The academic world buzzed with speculation, a whirlwind of theories and conjecture. Had they stumbled upon something so mundane, so utterly unremarkable that it brought shame upon their reputations? Or had they unearthed a truth so paradigm-shattering, so dangerous, that it had to be actively suppressed to protect the very fabric of reality? The trio, once inseparable, drifted apart, their bond seemingly severed by the secrets they carried. Thorne retreated into self-imposed seclusion, seeking solace in isolation. Hansen abruptly resigning from her prestigious position, vanishing from the academic landscape, and Carter's fate, shrouded in mystery, whispered about in hushed tones, a cautionary tale passed among colleagues. Their silence was not merely passive resignation. It wasn't simply a matter of choosing not to speak. It was an active, ongoing effort, a conscious and deliberate act of concealment maintained with unwavering vigilance. A pact, it seemed, forged in the crucible of shared experience. But what terrible knowledge, what earth-shattering revelation could bind them so tightly to oblivion, compelling them to erase their own legacy? What were the unspoken terms of such a pact? What price did they pay for their silence, sealed in the heart of an indifferent wilderness, a place where the boundaries of reality seemed to blur? The Xylos Basin was steeped in local mythology, a taboo region called Akasha Lore, the place where the sky weeps shadows. Elders warned of spirits that did not welcome intrusion. The team's initial sparse communications hinted at something beyond superstition. Hansen noted anomalous acoustic signatures, sounds that defied categorization. Carter described the flora as aggressively vibrant. Then, silence upon their return, the team was physically transformed, gaunt, hollow-eyed, haunted. Hansen's hands trembled. Thorne moved with a burdened weariness. Carter was seen catatonic, a silent scream etched on his face. Friends pressed for answers, but Thorne met inquiries with a stony gaze. Hansen, with strained platitudes, Carter, in a rare lucid moment, muttered, "They're not what we thought, not anything we thought." What could defy all known categories of existence? Among the wreckage of their shattered data, amidst the chaos of the failed expedition, a glimmer of hope remained. A single, heavily corrupted audio file was miraculously recovered from the depths of the jungle's digital graveyard. It was a fragile piece of evidence, a whisper from the void. For a mere 30 seconds, the ghost of Lena Hansen's voice echoed through the static-laced recording. "The patterns, Aris, they're not random at all. They're actively responding to something." These weren't the familiar patterns found in human art or ancient artifacts, the kind that tell stories of civilizations past. These patterns were woven into the very fabric of the jungle itself, an intrinsic part of its being. Vines contorted themselves into unsettling, almost perfect symmetries, defying natural chaos. Bioluminescent fungi pulsed with a coordinated rhythm like a silent, synchronized heartbeat in the darkness. Dappled sunlight filtering through the canopy created fleeting shapes, patterns of light that seemed almost intelligent, almost aware. Thorne, ever the pragmatist, proposed rational explanations for these phenomena: complex fungal networks communicating, intricate insect behavior driven by instinct, rare atmospheric conditions creating optical illusions. But even his unwavering scientific confidence began to waver under the weight of the inexplicable. The patterns weren't just passively present in the environment, they seemed to actively respond to the team's movements, as if the jungle itself was watching, listening and reacting. They reacted to conversations, to hushed whispers, and even to the unspoken thoughts that lingered in the air. Soon, the environment began to eerily mirror their deepest anxieties, their hidden fears manifesting in the world around them. Gnarled tree roots took on the haunting resemblances of lost loved ones, faces etched in the wood. The play of shadows conjured up childhood fears, long-forgotten nightmares resurrected in the heart of the jungle. The cacophony of jungle sounds echoed their private nightmares, amplifying their deepest insecurities. It was a deeply personal and unsettling form of mimicry, a reflection of their inner selves projected onto the external world. The question that haunted them all: how could the jungle itself access the hidden architecture of their minds, the intricate pathways of their thoughts and emotions? What ancient intelligence was at work here, orchestrating this symphony of fear and wonder? And perhaps most importantly, what did it ultimately want from them? What was the purpose of this elaborate, terrifying game? The Xylos Basin became an active, malevolent presence. The team felt watched, not by animals but by the jungle itself. Shadows moved independently, the air pressed in with ancient sentience. Paranoia bloomed. Sleep brought vivid, disturbing dreams that bled into waking hours. Hansen's journal spoke of faces in the leaves. Thorne dismissed her fears but shared the same haunted look. Their local guides vanished. One left only his machete, another walked away in terror, the last found babbling incoherently before succumbing to madness. Before his final descent, the last guide screamed a word with no translation, a vocalization of pure terror. Linguistic analysis suggested it meant that which unbecomes. What could evoke such a concept, a dread of utter dissolution? Deep in the basin, the trio found a clearing unnaturally precise, unnaturally silent. At its centre stood structures, not built or carved, but grown, pulsing with faint luminescence and shifting forms. Their architecture defied geometry, folding space in impossible ways. Thorne traced their outlines, horrified. Carter, drawn to one, touched it and recoiled, babbling about the inside out, spaces between thoughts and the universe folding. His mind shattered by the contact. The structures seemed to impart a narrative not in language, but in a visceral transfer. It wasn't data, but a reordering of perception. They revealed an understanding of life and consciousness utterly incompatible with human knowledge. What impossible truth about our place in the cosmos did these monoliths impart? Well, Thorne's official debriefing was clinical, a sterile account designed to distance the military from any potential scandal. Every detail was scrutinized, every word carefully chosen to minimize the impact of what truly occurred, blaming stress and delusion, conveniently omitting the structures entirely. The report painted a picture of men pushed to their breaking points, their minds fracturing under pressure, a narrative that served to protect the interests of those in power. Hansen's coded report on anomalous formations was swiftly classified and suppressed, buried deep within the labyrinthine archives of government secrecy. It was deemed too dangerous, too unsettling to ever see the light of day. She was warned, in no uncertain terms, never to speak of it again. The consequences of disobedience were made chillingly clear. Carter offered no coherent account, his mind seemingly shattered by the experience. Only notebooks filled with frantic, impossible drawings, a desperate attempt to capture something beyond human comprehension. Spirals, eyes, entities of shifting form. Were these the ravings of a broken mind, a descent into madness fueled by trauma, or attempts to depict the undepictable? A glimpse into a reality that defies human understanding and artistic representation. Thorne and Hansen's recollections grew inconsistent, their memories twisting and turning like a shattered kaleidoscope, timelines shifting, details changing, as if the very fabric of reality had been altered around them. Yet beneath the fractured narratives lay a common thread, a shared experience that bound them together despite their diverging accounts. An unshakable conviction that they had encountered something real, something that defied explanation, something other, something that existed beyond the realm of human perception and understanding. Were their memories manipulated, their minds subtly altered to fit a predetermined narrative? Or was the experience itself too vast, too alien, too incomprehensible for the human mind to fully process? For coherent understanding? A puzzle with pieces that simply refused to fit together. The truth remained fragmented, elusive, shimmering just beyond their grasp. Their trauma was shared, a bond forged in the crucible of an unimaginable experience. But their stories could never fully align, forever fractured by the subjective nature of memory and perception. What they witnessed defied unity, shattering their understanding of the universe and their place within it. And perhaps sanity itself, leaving them forever haunted by the echoes of the unknown. Was it fear of ridicule that silenced them, or something deeper? Their silence suggested a burden beyond professional concerns, a fear for the safety, even sanity, of anyone who might share their knowledge. Whispers spoke of a contagion, not biological, but the contagion of an idea, an understanding so disruptive it could unravel society itself. In a rare interview, a voice believed to be Thorne's said, "Some doors are best left unopened. Some knowledge offers only a deeper darkness." What they unearthed was not a new species or lost tribe, but a warning. If the pursuit of knowledge can lead to such peril, what is its ultimate purpose? And what is the cost of a truth that threatens to consume the seeker? The Xylos Basin left an indelible mark. Thorne became a recluse. Hansen turned to philosophical treatises on forbidden knowledge. Carter was lost to disturbing art. Their lives became monuments to an unspoken terror. The shadows of Xylos seemed to follow them, anomalies in their homes, a sense of being watched, whispers on the edge of hearing. It was as if the jungle had imprinted upon them, its presence an echo in their souls. Unconfirmed reports surfaced of other expeditions vanishing, leaving behind corrupted data and unanswered questions. A pattern emerged, blank spots on the map, echoes of the Xylos enigma. Had something attached itself to them, or had their experience merely awakened something already here? What if the veil between worlds is thinner than we dare imagine? Today, the Xylos Basin remains a void, a testament to the limits of our understanding. The official story is one of failure, but the silence of its key members screams a different truth. Is their refusal to publish a betrayal or an act of profound responsibility? Not all knowledge is benign. Some discoveries cast deeper shadows. The Xylos incident suggests there are realities beyond our capacity to safely integrate. The most chilling thought, Thorne, Hansen and Carter, may not be unique. The silence from Xylos is not empty, it is an echo of something vast and unknown. What if the only way to understand is not to look, but to listen to the silence itself? Dare we?